on TV too.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here. Taekwondo is an aggressive yet particular form of Korean karate that originated nearly 5,000 years ago. According to TeamUSA.org, Taekwondo is defined as the right way of using all parts of the body to stop fights and help build a better and more peaceful world. From the time I began practicing Taekwondo at the age of 4, I have underwent 11 belt testing ceremonies, which ultimately helped me earn my second-degree black belt at the age of 13. To feel prepared to participate in a belt testing, one must assure that they have practiced their techniques an exorbitant number of times to achieve perfection, have proved that they are worthy to receive their next belt, and show that they are physically prepared to take on the physical nature of their next belt, as techniques will become much more advanced as time goes on. Once all that has been accomplished, it will be time to test for the next belt. Though the exact order in which each of the following segments will take place might differ from school to school, today I want to share with you how a typical belt testing would go about if someone were testing for, say, their first-degree black belt. The general sequence of events that a student will undergo as they test for their black belt might include the following: a physical demonstration, a form demonstration, sparring, and breaking of boards. Let's begin with the physical demonstration. Though there are a lot of skills that one will obtain throughout the preparation of receiving their black belt, perhaps one of the most important is becoming physically fit. As the black belt testing begins, the student is generally asked to first stretch to prove flexibility and avoid injury during the test. Next, the student will be asked to demonstrate a variety of exercises to prove physical capability, like push-ups, sit-ups, kicking combinations, and etc. The kicking combinations not only serve as a warm-up to the main testing, but it also proves skill. Most often, the instructor will command a series of certain kind of kicks to be done up and down the studio floor. For example, the combination might be a round kick, hook kick, then jump 360 round kick. After you are physically warmed up and have completed an array of strength-proving exercises, you will be asked to complete your form in addition to the forms of every belt leading up to your belt. The American Taekwondo Association states that each rank has its own unique form designed specifically for the techniques taught at that rank level. These forms increase in difficulty as you obtain each belt. If you are testing for a black belt, then you will be showcasing the black belt form, Kwan-Ge, as well as the other forms from every other belt that the instructor, as well as the panel of judges, deems necessary to test your ability. As you complete your form, the judges will observe you on your knowledge of the form, the technique, such as stance, the form, etc., your gi-ups or yells, and other technicalities. The next portion of the testing is perhaps the most physically grueling and certainly demonstrates the greatest amount of skill: sparring. While sparring, each participant has pads on their hands and feet, a headgear, and a mouthpiece. At the instructor's mark, the students will begin sparring each other and get awarded points throughout the fight. Strikes to the chest are worth 1 point, and strikes to the head are worth 2 points. The sequence I just stated demonstrates the sparring aspect for any other belt testing. For a black belt testing, however, the sparring segment is much more grueling. A student testing for their black belt will participate in 3 rounds of sparring back to back. In the first 2 rounds, you will go up against one black belt, each round lasting anywhere from 1.5 to 2 minutes. The final round, also lasting between 1.5 to 2 minutes, you will be against 2 black belts. The reasoning behind having the most grueling part of the test be so close to the end is because, according to the Virung School, any martial arts trained person can fight fresh. The black belt test shows that you can fight even when you're exhausted. The final aspect of the test is the board breaking demonstration. According to a chief instructor, Richard Johnson, martial artists break boards to display the power and force that can come from correct technique. Students are unable to display their strength in any other way because no fellow student wants to feel the full power of a strike or kick themselves, so boards are used instead. Students break wooden boards of various thicknesses depending on age, using different foot and hand strikes predetermined before the test. 2 kicks and 1 hand strike will be displayed, totaling 3 board breaks. Students will have 3 chances to break the board per strike. If the student does not break the board in 3 chances, they are required to move on. The final aspect of the test that is not included in all schools, but that was included in mine, is a weapons routine. A weapons routine is essentially a form, but with a chosen weapon. Many students use eskrima sticks, swords, a bow staff, or my personal favorite, nunchucks. If weapons are included in the testing, you will perform your weapons routine and be observed on quality, control of the weapon, knowledge of the routine, etc. All in all, participating in Taekwondo as a whole can bring you improved concentration, improved muscle tone, and greater discipline. Much more can also be included. So consequently, participating in a testing for any belt in Taekwondo is a strenuous, physically taxing, yet rewarding experience. Not only do you have the opportunity to showcase your skill and talent, but you have the ability to grow as a healthier, more disciplined individual. Testing for all of my belts and eventually receiving my 7th degree black belt are some of my most fond and proud memories. By knowing what went into each testing before participating in it, I felt able in my abilities and was sure that I would perform well. I am confident that with this knowledge, any individual seeking to participate in Taekwondo and eventually test for a belt will be prepared.
Hey, that's good. The word of the night was Kwan Gay.